Welcome to Tired Mommy Revival. Hey mama, are you running on coffee fumes? Feeling like brain fog, fatigue, and anxiety are running the show? Do you wake up dreading the day ahead, already overwhelmed by the endless to-do list and unsure how you'll make it through? Do you long for the energy to enjoy motherhood and care for yourself, but feel stuck and unsure where to start? Let me remind you of something life-changing. You were created for more energy, more clarity, more joy. Hi, I'm Jerusha, certified holistic wellness coach, wife and mom to 2 wild boys and 1 baby girl in heaven. I know the exhaustion you're feeling because I've been there, barely making it through the day, relying on coffee and chocolate to survive, and wondering why nothing I tried ever made me feel better. Then, God stepped in and revealed a powerful truth. A woman's body is beautifully and uniquely designed to thrive. When we align with how God created us, we can boost our energy, bust through fatigue, and step into the vibrant, joy-filled life He has for us. Mama, I'm living proof that it's possible. These days, I wake up refreshed, nourish my body with intention, and navigate the chaos of motherhood with patience and peace. Most days. And I want to help you do the same. If you're ready to swap exhaustion for energy, brain fog for clarity, and guilt for grace, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll dive into practical strategies, faith-filled truths, and empowering tools to renew your health, body, soul, and spirit. Are you ready for this? Let's do it, mama. Welcome back. I am so excited to be back with you. For those of you who don't know, I took a little break last week. We had a very busy July as a family, and we also came out with 10 new episodes here on the podcast too. And while it was a great month, it was super busy. And as we gear up to head back into school this week, I just needed a little bit of a break, just 1 week to kind of get some things together and feel refreshed to come back here with you guys. If you are not on my email list, make sure you click the link in the show notes. I'll make sure to put a link down there. Sign up because all the insider information is from the email, and I promise not to spam you in any way. I just let you know what's going on in the show and any bonus or valuable content that might serve you right where you're at in your wellness journey. So feel free to sign up there. But I am so glad to be back here with you. We've been talking a lot about nutrition lately, including the last episode about why vegetables are the single most valuable thing you can put in your body to fuel your health and your wellness. And if you're a mom, I know what you're thinking. My family needs this too. But if you are a mom, you also know that scooping a pile of greens onto your kid's dinner plate can feel like starting a war. A dinnertime battle that rivals World War I. The moment you reach for the spinach, the negotiations begin. How many bites do I have to take? Do I have to eat that? Can I just have mac and cheese instead? I know the drill. So today I want to take you behind the scenes into my own journey, from picky eaters to peaceful meals. I'll share what shifted in our home, why it matters for your kid's future, and how you can realistically change the way your family thinks and tastes food. Yes, even if it feels impossible right now. This is the first episode in a brand new series I'm calling How to Help Your Kids Love Veggies. And we're going to help your kids love real food. Yes, even one suspicious bite at a time. Because this isn't just about getting kids to eat more broccoli. This is about building something deeper. A food culture in your home that nurtures health, joy, and a foundation your children will carry for the rest of their lives. For our family, today, my kids, by many standards, would probably be considered crunchy. When they sit at the school lunch tables, they're often the ones getting the questions like, "Why is your food green?" Or, "What kind of bread is that?" Or even, "What is that?" Like I packed something completely foreign. At home, when I ask what they want for dinner and give them an option, they might pass over a tomato and cucumber salad and actually ask for a spinach salad instead. They eat a variety of vegetables without screaming about the green things on their plates. They're even open to trying new foods most of the time. When we visit friends and someone asks, "Is there anything your kids won't eat?" I usually say, "Honestly, not really, unless you're serving Brussels sprouts." But listen, this did not used to be the case. If current me walked up to past me 7 years ago and said, "Hey, your kids are going to love spinach salad someday," I would have laughed in her face and cried a little and told her not to give me false hope. Because back then, that sounded impossible. Honestly, I would have wondered whose kids she adopted because it certainly couldn't be mine. So let's rewind a bit. Picture me 7 to 8 years ago. At the time, I only had my oldest son. He was about 6, and I had been growing in my own health journey, but it was a lot. I was at the end of a 4 year stretch as a single mom, and I often felt like I was just trying to survive. In that season, I was cooking healthier foods for myself, but there was no way I was experimenting on my kid too. I didn't have the capacity for the meltdowns. So he got what he liked: chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, or quesadillas on repeat. Usually with some fruit and maybe an occasional veggie if I could sneak one in. But at some point, I knew deep down we couldn't keep going on like that. As good as I felt eating healthier, I knew he needed that too. To my dismay, he hated all of it. Almost every dinner began with the phrase, "This is disgusting." Tantrums followed any hint of green. Dinner was a nightmare. I dreaded mealtime. There was whining, yelling, and more than a few nights where someone went to bed hungry. And I'll be honest, many nights I just wanted to quit. But something inside of me kept saying, "Don't give up. He needs this. Keep going." So I did. 4 years. We had a few small wins along the way, but a lot of battles. I tried hiding veggies in his food and keeping him out of the kitchen so he wouldn't see what I was sneaking in. My plan was to maximize his nutrition and minimize the fight. But I quickly realized it wasn't sustainable. As he got older, he started to notice more: the grocery bags, the ingredients on the counter, what was on my plate. I couldn't hide it forever. I needed him to love his veggies. But how? Then, around the time we had our second son, something shifted. I realized I had a fresh start. This time, I could introduce veggie love from day one. And thankfully, our youngest was more than happy to go along with it. He has had his picky moments, sure, but he was pretty much crunchified from the beginning. And it made the journey so much easier. That was also when I stumbled into something brilliant, something that changed everything for our family food culture. It wasn't magic. There were no overnight results. It definitely wasn't perfect, but it was a game changer. And it was the start of saying goodbye to picky eating for good. And here's the thing I learned along the way: your home already has a food culture. Whether you've been intentional about it or not, your kids are absorbing messages about food every day. What you buy, how you talk about meals, whether you rush through dinner or sit and connect, how you treat treats, snacks, veggies, fullness, and even your own body. Food culture is the atmosphere around food in your home, and it shapes everything: your kids' tastes, their mindsets, their attitudes, and their relationship with food long term. The good news is that you can reshape that culture. You can take it from chaotic or processed or guilt ridden to life giving, nourishing, and full of joy. That's what the series is about. Not rules or restriction, but reformation. Because food isn't just physical, it's spiritual, emotional, and it's generational. It's a way we steward our health, but it's also how we teach our kids to care for the body God gave them. And that matters. That's legacy work, mamas. As parents, we are the gatekeepers of our home. We decide what comes in the pantry. We shape the options. We set the tone. And while that can feel overwhelming, it's also incredibly empowering. It means you don't have to change everything overnight, but you can take the next step forward with purpose. So if you're a mom listening to this and thinking, that sounds amazing, but I don't know if it could ever be me. I get it. I really do. I've been there in the messy dinners, the tears, the food fights, the guilt, the exhaustion. But let me tell you, it doesn't have to stay that way. This series is about helping your kids learn to love real food. One small, doable, grace-filled bite at a time. Not through guilt, not through perfection, and not by forcing kale into a smoothie and praying they won't notice. Because this isn't just about getting kids to eat more vegetables. It's about changing what's normal in your rewiring their taste buds, reframing their mindset, and building rhythms that lead to energy, joy, and long-term health without the battles and burnout. And the best part, you don't have to do it alone. I'll be walking with you every step of the way, sharing what's worked for us, what did it, and what can help you plant seeds of health your kids will carry with them for life. But before you go, I'd love to hear from you. What's your current food battle? What are the dinner table phrases you hear on repeat? Do I have to eat this? How many bites? Can I be done now? Share with me what's going on in your home. What food feels impossible to introduce right now? And how is it affecting you emotionally as a mom? I know this journey can be discouraging and exhausting, but I also know you're not alone. So I want to invite you to share your story with me. Head to the link in the show notes and leave me a voice memo. It's super quick and easy. Tell me where you're at, what's working, what's not, and what support do you need to move forward. I'm listening, literally, and who knows, you might even be featured in a future episode. I want this series to meet you where you are and speak to your real day-to-day struggles. So don't be shy, mama. Let's do this journey together. I can't wait to hear from you. Next time, we're taking a big step back from the dinner table to talk about the most important foundation for raising healthy eaters, which is actually mindset. Before you swap recipes or sneak spinach into muffins, you've got to shape the atmosphere in your home, the way your family thinks about food, talks about food, and experiences food together. We'll dive into how to promote a growth mindset around healthy eating, help your kids connect nutrition to what they already care about, and build awareness around how food makes them feel, without shame, guilt, or all or nothing rules. Because when you start with mindset, you're not just changing what's on the plate, you're changing the food culture in your home for years to come. Until then, take heart, mama. You're not in this alone. And small steps really do lead to big wins. You got this. Mama, I hope this episode blessed you and reminded you that you were beautifully and uniquely made to thrive. If today's conversation spoke to your heart, I'd love for you to take a moment to leave a rating and review. Not only does it encourage me, but it helps more tired mamas discover the hope, healing, and energy they've been searching for. You're not in this alone. Make sure to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Together, we'll reclaim your energy, renew your health, and revive your spirit, one step at a time. Until next time, remember, you are beautifully designed by God to live with energy, clarity, and joy. You're not just surviving, mama. You're stepping into the vibrant life you were created for. I'm cheering you on.